Versatile Infotainment provides thousands of informative videos of our viewers. If you want more informative videos, please like and subscribe our channel. So let's go our topic.
With a $500 million net worth, Ellen DeGeneres is an American comedian, actress, writer, producer, and television personality. The sitcom Ellen, which she created and which aired from 1994 to 1998, and the syndicated talk show The Ellen DeGeneres Show, which ran from 2003 until 2022, are Ellen DeGeneres' most well-known works. Back in Hollywood terms, her syndicated show made her extremely wealthy. At her height, Ellen's pay from the talk show alone came to over $60 million. Tens of millions more were made by her through sponsorships and various hosting positions. DeGeneres holds a record 20 People's Choice Awards wins in addition to the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. She was honored with the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016 and the Carol Burnett Award at the 2020 Golden Globes in 2020. Aside from her work in Hollywood, Ellen and her spouse, Portia de Rossi, are incredibly successful real estate investors. Throughout Southern California, they have literally purchased, remodeled, and sold dozens of mega mansions. At the conclusion of this post, we list some of their largest property flips broken down by year. In the early 1980s, Ellen made her debut in the spotlight in the stand-up comedy scene. She became well known on the comedy scene very fast, thanks to her unique comedic style, which combined observational humor and self-deprecating wit. Her breakthrough performance occurred in 1986 when she made a guest appearance on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, where she made history by being the first female comedian to be invited on the couch. After making the switch to television, Ellen acted in a few sitcoms, but Ellen originally called These Friends of Mine was the show that made her a household name. The sitcom was revolutionary, particularly after her character came out as homosexual in a two-part episode called The Puppy Episode in 1997. Concurrently, Ellen disclosed her sexual orientation in public on The Oprah Winfrey Show, becoming one of the first well-known celebrities in Hollywood to do so. In 2003, she made her daytime television debut with The Ellen DeGeneres Show following the conclusion of Ellen. The chat show gained popularity fast and was well known for its dance parts, kind gifts, and touching moments. In addition to providing entertainment, Ellen's show promoted a number of topics, including animal rights and humanitarian concerns. She won multiple Daytime Emmy Awards as a result of the show's success. Ellen has a profession outside of television. She has appeared in movies. Most famously, she voiced Dory in Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, two Pixar sequels. She's also written multiple novels and started her own record label, 11 Highlights of salary. DeGeneres receives an annual income of $75 million to $90 million. For instance, Ellen made $80 million from her varied ventures between June 2018 and June 2019. Early years. On January 26, 1958, Ellen DeGeneres was born in Metairie, Louisiana. Her father, Elliot, worked as an insurance agent, while her mother, Elizabeth, practiced speech therapy. Vance DeGeneres, her brother, is a singer, comedian, and producer who previously worked as a correspondent for The Daily Show. Following their divorce in 1974, her mother remarried, moved from New Orleans to Atlanta, Texas with her new spouse and Ellen. After completing her education at Atlanta High School in 1976, Ellen returned to her native New Orleans to enroll in the University of New Orleans. After just one semester, she left to work as a secretarial assistant at a legal company. She was also a hostess, bartender, house painter, and waiter at DGI Fridays in addition to working at G.C. Penney. Employment. While Ellen was doing all those odd jobs, she began performing her stand-up comedy routines at local coffee shops and nightclubs. Ellen started emceeing at Clyde's Comedy Club in New Orleans by 1981. In the early 1980s, she started touring the country with her stand-up act. In 1984, she was crowned the funniest person in America by Showtime. In 1989, she had her first television regular role on the Fox sitcom Open House. In 1992, she was cast in the ephemeral sitcom Laurel Hill. After seeing DeGeneres in their first ABC pilot, These Friends of Mine, the producers were so taken with her. In its second season, the program changed its name to Ellen. At the height of Ellen's fame, in April 1997, DeGeneres came out as a lesbian on The Oprah Winfrey Show. At that same time, Oprah Winfrey's character from the show also came out to her therapist. In May 1998, ABC terminated Ellen owing to a drop in ratings caused by reduced promotion of the show. Following the cancellation of her series, DeGeneres went back to performing stand-up. Her comeback came in 2001 when she starred in the 13-episode CBS sitcom The Ellen Show, which was cancelled. She provided the voice of Dory in the 2003 film Finding Nemo. In 2012, she played the same character again in Finding Dory. The first episode of The Ellen DeGeneres Show aired in autumn 2003. It's one of the conversation shows on daytime television that people watch the most these days. Only the first 3 seasons of the show brought home 25 Emmys. On May 1, 2009, Ellen celebrated her 100th episode. December 2015 marked her 2000th performance. DeGeneres joined the American Idol judges panel in 2010. She took Paula Abdul's spot. After a single season, she departed, stating that it didn't feel like the right fit for me. DeGeneres started presenting Ellen's Game of Games on NBC during the 2017-2018 TV season. The program features games that are played on her talk show. The announcement that DeGeneres' talk show would be ending when season 19 concluded in 2022 was made in May 2021. On May 26, 2022, the last episode aired, featuring Jennifer Aniston, Pink, and Billie Eilish as guests. In addition, DeGeneres has hosted the Academy, Grammy, and Emmy Award. Individual life. In 1997, DeGeneres came out as a lesbian. She began dating actress Anne Heche in the same year. Up until August 2000, they were dating. DeGeneres was connected to actress Alexandra Hedison from 2000 to 2004. She began dating actress Portia de Rossi in 2004. In August 2008, they tied the knot at their Beverly Hills, California home. Portia and Ellen are vegetarians. On Ellen's 60th birthday in January 2018, Portia de Rossi gave Ellen a permanent gorilla house in Rwanda, which was constructed in her honor for the Digit Fund. This donation was a component of the Digit Fund's new Ellen DeGeneres Wildlife Fund division. In addition to starting her own record label, 1111 and production firm, A Very Good Production, Ellen is the author of 4 books. She also started the lifestyle company Ed Ellen DeGeneres, which offers products for the home, pet, baby, and clothes. Real property. Portia de Rossi and Ellen DeGeneres are frequent home flippers. Since 2003, the pair has purchased and sold over 20 residences. Only in the year 2019, DeGeneres and de Rossi realized $6.98 million, $15.05 million, and $23 million property sales. 2003, DeGeneres paid $6 million for a house in the Hollywood Hills. 3 years later, she sold Will Ferrell the $9 million property, which had 4 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms. Now, 2004. The treehouse, named for its 2,000 square feet of outdoor living areas, is a mid-century style Hollywood Hills property that she purchased for $1.275 million. A year later, she sold the 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home to the late actor Heath Ledger for $2.01 million. 2007. For $15.75 million, DeGeneres and de Rossi purchased a house in Montecito, California. That following year, they sold it for $20 million. 2008. The pair acquired the 2 nearby residences to add to the estate after paying $29 million for a 9,200 square foot property in Beverly Hills. This is the house where they got married. They received $37 million for the compound in 2012 when they sold it to Ryan Seacrest. DeGeneres paid $8.05 million for a horse property in Thousand Oaks, California that same year. She sold the property in 2013 for $10.85 million after making renovations. Or 2011 for $12 million. The couple purchased Brad Pitt's previous Malibu residence. After a year, they sold it for $13 million. What? 2012, they spent over $40 million for the Brody House, a palatial Holmby Hills residence, then sold it to Sean Parker for $55 million barely 6 months later. The couple paid $13.02 million for two nearby residences in Los Angeles the same year. 3 years later, they sold the properties for $11.85 million. 2015, they acquired a 4-bedroom, 8-bathroom Beverly Hills villa for $16 million and sold it 3 years later for $35 million. 2018, they acquired a mansion in Beverly Hills for $15 million in 2018. Less than a year later, they bid goodbye to the 5-bedroom property with a $15.05 million sale. They spent $6.07 million for a Santa Barbara property that same year. A year later, they sold it to Brian Robbins, president of Nickelodeon, for $6.98 million. They also spent $27 million in 2018 on a Montecito, California mansion with Bali-inspired design. They paid $1.09 million for the property next door shortly after the purchase. They put the property up for sale in October 2020 with a $40 million asking price. They turned down a $33 million for a month later. And the 2019 for $45 million, Mathiolas. The couple purchased a recently remodeled 5-bedroom, 12-bathroom property in Beverly Hills from Adam Levine. For $47 million, they sold this home in April 2021. 2020, comedian Dennis Miller's Montecito, California. Property was purchased by Ellen and Portia for $49 million in November. The 4-acre property almost established a record for the area in terms of purchasing price. 2021, Ellen and Portia paid $14.03 million in May 2021 for a Montecito property, which they had actually owned from 2017 to 2018. They paid $12 million for the house next door shortly after they made their acquisition. Ellen and Portia paid $8.05 million for a Beverly Hills house in September 2021. After exactly a year of ownership, they sold the Dennis Miller property for $55 million 2 months later. Put differently, after a full year of keeping the property, they made $6 million. They didn't carry out any significant remodeling. 2022, Ellen and Portia paid $21 in February 2022 for Villa Tragara, a Montecito home. The residence on the 2.5-acre plot is 12,000 square feet in size. Scooter Braun, a music producer, purchased this house from Ellen and Portia in September 2022 for a sum of $36 million. Ellen and Portia paid $13.05 million for a second Montecito home in April of 2022. 2023. Ellen and Portia spent $22.05 million in June of 2023 for the 8-acre Montecito estate known as Pompeian Court, originally constructed in 1919. Pompeian Court is regarded as one of Montecito's finest estates. All of the apartments open to a central courtyard, which is described as a classic Roman courtyard residence. There is a pool cabana, an art studio, 2 guest houses, and the main house. In less than 4 months of ownership, the couple completely refurbished the estate. Ellen and Portia put it up for sale on October 16, 2023, with a $46.05 million asking price. With Villa Carpinteria, a 10-acre seaside property in Carpinteria, California, just south of Santa Barbara and Montecito, was purchased by Ellen and Portia in December 2022 for $70 million. They bought the undeveloped 6.6-acre garden property with a lake next door, along with a 9,000-square-foot home. The land was marketed for $160 million in August 2021, but Ellen and Portia did not purchase the 9,000-square-foot residence that was included in the deal. Bruce Kovner, a millionaire hedge fund manager, was the seller. He and his wife, Susie, started working on the 22-acre property in 2007. The land that Bruce and Susie finally dubbed Sanctuary at Loon Point was purchased for $100 million. After that, they invested $50 million in landscaping and home renovations for the 2 already built properties.